Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is part 4 and the final part of the little series of introducing you guys to my horses, or reintroducing you to them if you know them already. But none of you guys, unless you follow my Instagram, will know who this is because she's new. So this is Jessie. I have had Jessie for, how long have we had you now, sweetheart? A bit over a month, I think, maybe 2 months coming up to. She was a real spur of the moment decision. I wasn't looking for another horse. I feel like I always say like last horse, but she, you know, I'm on a gap year now. I saved up a lot of money to travel and to do what I kind of wanted in this gap year because I knew I was always going to take it. And I love producing the young ones. Obviously I produced Johnny, my old Johnny, and I went and visited him, and it kind of just brought up all these memories of how much I enjoyed doing it and how much fun it was. And I feel like I'm not great at it, you know, I'm not amazing at it, I'm not doing my calling in life, but I don't think I'm bad at it, you know. I didn't do a bad job with Johnny. I feel like it taught me a lot, and it gave me a lot of like self-belief as well, that I could do something like produce a horse. And I kind of thought, why not do it again? Like, I wasn't actively looking, I definitely wasn't picking up adverts anywhere. I kind of said to myself, look, if it's meant to be, then it will be. Something will pop up and I'll know it's the one. So I was half-heartedly looking, and her little advert popped up on Facebook. I didn't want to spend a huge amount of money at all. I didn't want to get this amazingly well-bred, something that was destined for great things. I wanted a little diamond in the rough that I could put my own stamp on and sell in a few months before I go traveling, as a really nice horse that had been started well, was ready to go out and, you know, get some competition experience with someone that wanted to do that. And maybe I would get to a bit of that too, but I just wanted to start one well and go through that process again of producing them from a real blank canvas. So her little advert came up and didn't say much at all. It just said that she was gonna make an ideal junior eventer. She was 5 years old. She'd been backed about a year ago, but had been turned out in a field once, and she was in Ireland, you know, cheap. I called up the guy. I was like, look, I'm 18, I haven't got a huge amount of money, but I'll give you this offer, and if you take her, I'll buy her unseen, I'll get her vetted, and I'll get her shipped over, and I'm ready to buy her now. I really didn't know much about her. He sent me some videos of her walking and trotting. He sent me a video of her tree jumping in a menage, which, you know, I liked her jump, I really liked her trot, I liked how she overtracked in the walk, which is always something I look for. I thought she had a really kind eye. I think that's a big thing for me as well. Like I said, she was exactly kind of what I was looking for. She doesn't have any recorded breeding, but she's got an Irish sports horse passport. She's quite an athletic type. She hasn't got a huge amount of bone on her. I think, in my opinion, she's probably a Connemara crosser thoroughbred from her conformation. She's got a real Connie looking face and quite fine legs, so I think that's where the thoroughbred is. But I thought, nice type, you know, athletic, would make a really good eventer. She's 15-1, probably with a little bit of growing to do. She's got a lot of muscling up to do. Well, we're getting there, aren't we? When she came over, we picked her up, literally passed the vetting, completely fine. Picked her up and then let her around the field and gave her lots of food, basically, because she had a lot of putting on, some condition to do. When I first got on her, I was like, oh my god, like, she was so incredibly unbalanced. She'd been in a field for a year, the guy had broken his leg. He basically said to me like he'd done the same thing, wanted to buy and produce her, but then he broke his leg with another horse and just chucked her out in the field for a year. So I liked the fact she was 5 years old, because obviously she's a bit more mature than a 3-year-old, which you can't really do much with a 3-year-old. I don't agree with getting on them really young and overworking them. She's now at the stage where she can start to build on her education. She's old enough and mature enough to do that. So it was just about getting her going, kind of. We have so much work to do on her trot. It's so unbalanced and all over the place, but I think once she gets going, she's going to have a really beautiful, I think she's going to do a really beautiful dressage test. Like, she does have really nice paces. You'll see a video here of her trotting. She's really expressive with her front legs and really active as well behind. So it's all there. It just needs uncovering, and yeah, she exactly was what I was looking for. And I'm really impressed with her right now. We've had a little jump over a tiny little cross pole, which she did absolutely fine and didn't bat an eyelid at it. That was her first ever jump under saddle. She really struggled to start with like throwing her head about. I felt like she was really unstable in her contact. So we've used a standing martingale and we did like 1 or 2 sessions with the world's loosest draw rein, just because I was getting really worried that she was developing these muscles here. You're gonna have to demonstrate, Jess, because her head was up here the whole time. These muscles here were getting so thick and it was just not working, and because she'd never been asked for an outline or any kind of contact, she didn't understand that she could actually put her head down there. But as soon as we put these draw reins on, she couldn't throw her head in the air anymore, and it was like a light bulb moment happened for her. She relaxed over her back, she started working the correct muscles, and we took the draw reins off after that. Like, she didn't need them. We weren't using them to pin her in an outline at all. That's not what they were for. They were just to show her that there was another way to hold her head and another way to trot round other than like with her head up, flexing her neck muscles underneath. So that's really helped her, because now she's starting to build up a bit of a top line and she's starting to really get the idea of working over her back correctly. Still got a long way to go in regards to contact, because she's quite a light horse in the mouth. I ride her quite light as well. I'm not a believer that you soar to get them in an outline. So, you know, I'll put some clips in and you can see of me riding her, and she's kind of just not really understanding how to hold her neck like that. She's not strong enough to do that yet. But she'll get there, she really will. Her canter is much more developed than her trot, actually, probably because she's quite a compact little mare and finds it much easier and it's not so all over the place crazy. So it will come, it's definitely coming. She's got such a lovely attitude to it all that she's been an absolute pleasure to work with, and I'm really enjoying it. It's exactly what I want to do. I feel like it's fulfilling, isn't it? You know, when I'm at home, I've got nothing else to do. I'm on a gap year, I'm not doing anything other than horses basically, and I'm not studying anymore. This is my job. So I wanted something that I would find fulfilling and would give me a little bit of a purpose, and I think I found her. So I absolutely love her. So yeah, that's Jessie. I'm gonna be doing some videos about her and how I'm training her, because I always get asked to do that and I never got the chance to do it with Johnny. So I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to share that with you guys too. So if you have any specific suggestions of what kind of videos you'd like with a young horse, I think I'm going to do like how I rebacked her, because I rebacked her and everything, and we did lots of groundwork and lunging. So I'll do a little video on that. But if you have any specific suggestions, like I said, just comment them below. But yeah, that's Jessie, and that concludes this little mini series. I hope you guys have enjoyed it and found it interesting, and hopefully it's got you guys excited for this channel to be back up and running, because I certainly am. And I do absolutely promise I'm back now for good. This is not just going to be one of those times where I'm like, oh, I'm back, and then I disappear for 6 months. I really mean it. I've waited, and as I said, I've bided my time, so that when I come back, I've come back for good. This is weekly videos from now on, vlogs, call it what you like. Pony Nuts is back, and I'm so excited. So hopefully you guys will stick around and are excited as well. So yeah, that's it from me. Make sure to like and subscribe, and if you haven't already watched the other videos, if you haven't watched them in order, I'll link them all up above and below in the description, so you can check them out and meet the other horses, find out what they've been up to, find out their plans. And I will see you guys in the next video. I think it's going to be a vlog next week, but don't hold me to that. And I'll see you guys then.